Welcome to season 2 of Hang Time. We're kicking off the 2024 season right here in the beautiful Mayakoba, Mexico. And who better to have this week than Abraham Ancer from Mexico, from the Fireballs GC. We're gonna play the par 5 7th. It's a beautiful golf hole. There's a famous cenote in the background there. We're gonna have a chat with him. Let's go. What's up, Abe?
What's going on?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Doing all right?
Here in your beautiful country of Mexico. Couldn't be a better place to start. Now we're gonna watch you tee off here on the 7th, see how it's done, and then we're gonna have a little chit chat.
Perfect. I like that.
All right, let's see it.
Cool par 5, this one. Pretty unique with the cenote. We play it as a bunker, which is, I think the left side of it is our target.
Okay.
Pretty small fairways this week, so we gotta be extremely accurate.
What fairways?
Exactly. So,
Benji told me wind's off the right.
wind's off the right, so I'm gonna start this ball in the middle of the cenote and hopefully it drifts a little bit left. Right there.
Come on, wind.
Going right in the middle of it. Come on.
That's all right.
That's a good spot.
It's like 320 to get
Good
there.
spot. Ah, I wish it was 320. Oh, to the bunker. And I thought you said how far I hit. I was like, I wish. But no, I should be in a good spot. We should be able to give it a good whack. And don't know if you're going to be able to get there in 2, just because it's going to be a little bit into the wind.
Yeah, a little different wind this year.
But we'll give it a best chance to make some birdies.
So, Abe, we're here in Mexico. I have to ask you, how big of an impact is it for golf here in Mexico to have LIV come and have this caliber of players play?
I think it's huge. I think we only seen it a couple times in Mexico where we have a really, really strong field. I think everybody's extremely excited. Last year, I mean, we had a little bit of time to get ready for this event, and I think we had a great turnout. A bunch of kids were out here, which I've never really seen that many kids in one place being so pumped about golf. And also I think the team aspect helps a lot because our culture is very soccer, football oriented, or a team aspect. So I think definitely with the culture, it can relate quite a bit.
Yeah. Now, you and I have the same role model, I believe, Lorena Ochoa. Talk us through her influence on your life and how did she influence you to play golf and maybe pursue golf?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously growing up at the time, I didn't know her personally. I think Carlos did. They're from the same city. But she definitely kind of opened my eyes, and I think a lot of guys my age and a little bit younger or older than me, to realize that we can make it. I mean, at the time growing up, it looked like such a difficult task to make it to a tour like this. So I was like, man, I mean, I don't know if I could ever be there, but then she really just showed us how to do it. She's like, hey, this is possible. And she made it look easy too. And she made it look easy. She dominated. I mean, she retired as world number 1. Yeah. And I mean, she still had a bunch of time that she could have killed it, but she definitely showed me like, hey, you can definitely do this without her telling me personally. Yeah. And it was really cool to see how much success she had. That's amazing. And I know she had a huge impact on golf in Mexico as well. Now, do you know her now? Have you played golf with her? I've spent a little time with her, and she's amazing. She does a lot still for Mexican golf, and not only golf, but she has a great foundation. And I played in her event one time in Guadalajara, and she does a great job. So she's still very connected with Mexican golf, and she does a great job. She's still a great role model for a lot of people. Now, from that, we're going to move to your win at the Pan American Games. Congratulations, by the way. Thank
I know
you.
It was your first time playing in an event. How significant was that win for you? It was really cool. I mean, every time that you get to put the polo of your country on, and it's a different feeling. And it was really cool to finish the year that way. Being able to get that gold medal was really neat. And kind of walking up to that podium with the Mexican anthem and all that, it was really cool. That must be. And then I had a great battle against Munoz. Munoz finished second, and I mean that last 18 holes were crazy, back and forth. It was
It was awesome.
Yeah,
we had a great
because
time.
a few of the LIV guys were there, right? I think Waco.
Yeah, Juaco, Mito, Carlos was there,
Yep.
Munoz was there.
Yep.
Might be missing one, but yeah, it was really cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, I know you said after that you didn't play any events, and that was what, first week of November?
Yeah.
Right? So it's been a long off season for you.
It's been amazing.
What have you been up to?
Well, I did a bunch of things. One, I focused also on my body, you know, recover, which I've never really had enough time to be able to do that before, so I was really excited about that. I went to Mexico a couple of times, spent some time with the family in Punta Mita. We had an amazing time during New Year, so just getting to spend time with my family and friends that I haven't seen in a while, so that was really cool. I went to the ranch. I love spending time on my ranch. That's probably my favorite thing to do.
Yep.
And just being home and practicing when the weather permits, and focus on my body quite a bit, like I said, making sure I was doing the right things with my trainer to be ready for this week.
Well, you know, having a long off season is not something that's very common in professional golf, and this is by far, I'm sure, the longest off season you've had. How do you then get your mind, more importantly, because I think your game is pretty simple usually. So like you said, you got your body ready, but how do you get your mind ready to then come out of a long off season and right into your home country, Mexico, playing here in our very first LIV event, obviously with some even bigger names that have joined the league?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I feel like just at home practicing and playing a bunch of games and money games, and just trying to get good quality players to stay fresh and stay competitive, and that's kind of what we did at home. There's a bunch of guys, young guys, that are trying to make it, and it's been really cool spending some time with them, practicing with them, and then going out there and having some matches every single day just to stay sharp. So that's what we've done. Obviously, when you step in here, you start feeling a little bit of the nerves, you know, but I love that. I love that feeling. I love playing in Mexico in front of my people, and I can't wait to get started.
How do you handle those nerves?
You know, I don't know. I think it's just I just do it. I mean, I gotta be focused on what I
Tequila?
do, and well, tequila off the golf course, but unfortunately we can't do that while we play. Little bullet.
That won't hurt.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Oh, I kicked right. Now I missed the fairway.
Oh no. It's my fault.
I'm telling you, these fairways are small.
They're small. We did some, we paced them out today.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, we didn't pace the super wide ones, but you know, we didn't go anything past 18, and I think we paced out probably about 5 or 6 holes.
Yeah.
We didn't go past 18 paces.
It's crazy. Number one, we usually went from the left,
Yeah.
OB right, and then jungle left.
You look off the tee.
It's 13 yards, and you're like, I don't know how I'm gonna hit this fairway. Like, it's really challenging.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting.
Every time I watch you play, you're the type of player that's very much a field player. You don't seem to have too much going on technically, and I know you're one of the unique professional golfers that actually don't have a coach. You haven't had a coach. You work in your own swing. How does that work, and what made you decide to do that?
I just like to keep things simple. When I was a little kid in Reynosa, I got taught the basics. Checo, which I saw again this week, it was phenomenal. The surprise it had for me. So they taught me the basics, how to grip the club, where to stand, you know, the fundamentals. And then after that, I kind of ran with it and just kind of build my swing and just really swing my swing, really.
Cool.
And I have good videos of weeks when I feel like I'm flushing it and I'm hitting every shot like I want to. So I take videos of that week. I make some notes of that week. I'm like, this week I was feeling this, or I was working on this.
Yeah.
That way I go back, if there's a week that I'm not feeling very good or I'm not hitting the shots that I want, then I go back and I can look at those videos and also the notes of like, okay, this is the feeling that I had. So that's how I do it.
It's got to be difficult because most of these players have a coach or someone to sort of rely on, or someone that can give them some kind of an instant feedback in that way, and sense of insurance, I guess, in some ways. So during the times when you don't strike the ball quite as well, maybe you might not have as much confidence, what do you then refer to? Do you just go back to those notes and try and replicate those feels, or do you try something else?
Yeah,
Have you ever thought about going to a coach?
Yeah, I mean, I've thought about it, and there's been some instances where I've had some friends that, so for example, when I first turned pro and I kind of was struggling a little bit with my swing, and at the time I was on the PGA Tour, and I was like, man, I'm playing so bad. I don't know what's going on. Our friend Jaime Gomez back home, he's an instructor, and he helped me out and just did a couple things like, hey, this is what you've been doing.
Right.
And that's where I got the idea of like just keeping swings that I really liked, that how I was hitting that week, and making some notes. And then since then has been, I wouldn't say easy. There's some weeks that I'm like, man, this is crazy. Like I'm feeling something completely different.
Yeah.
But I like to keep it simple. I know my swing really well now, that my misses, I know why they happen.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm feeling really good with my body and I'm moving correctly, I feel like my swing kind of just follows that. So I like to keep it simple. I do have a putting coach, Ramon, which you met Ramon.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
He's phenomenal, and he's always there too. He's not only on the putting green, so he's watching me play, and he's watching me swing. So he's also been a little bit of like just outside of putting, watching me hit balls, and that's kind of the reformation of like, okay, you know, so I guess he plays that role as well.
Okay, well, it's been working out fantastic for you, and you're not just a successful professional golfer, but you're also a very successful businessman. You've got Ombre Men, which is a skincare company that you started, but you also started a tequila company, a very tasty tequila company, I must add, with a celebrity, Mark Wahlberg. Tell us, how did that relationship evolve, and how did you think about starting a tequila company?
Well, it was actually, the whole idea started in a Pro-Am about 7 years ago. I was playing in Fort Worth, and then I got paired together with Aaron, which is my business partner in Flecha and Hombre actually as well.
Okay.
And we were both Mexican guys. We started talking about tequila on the first round, on the first hole, and kind of what we drank at the time. And growing up, and we were thinking about like, man, there's a lot of tequila brands out there that are doing really well, and they have a bunch of additives. It's like we wanted to create and bring to the United States and hopefully the world a brand that is traditionally made with no additives, and it's just made the right way, you know, so we can represent our culture the right way. And at the time I didn't have the money or the time to do that, but Aaron, were the connections, we kind of created a great group, great team, and we started working at it. And then 3.5 years after that, we launched Flecha Azul, and we have been in the market for close to 3 years now. Yeah. Which has been phenomenal. And then Mark Wahlberg came into the equation 2 years ago. Okay. He's been an unbelievable investor and partner. He's been
an ambassador.
Ambassador.
It was in his movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was. That was just
like slow-mo.
It was really cool. I was watching it, and he didn't tell us anything, and we just watched. Like, are you kidding me? So that was really cool. And he's a really, really hard worker. He believes in the brand, but he's like, hey guys, I'm gonna go into this because I believe in you guys, and I believe in the brand and the product, and that's why he did it, which was really cool.
Are you very involved in the tasting process and how you want it to taste?
Well, yeah, the beginning. Now the profiles are set, right? Yeah. So we have 5 profiles, and yes, at the beginning we definitely wanted. That process was really cool because we got hammered. I was gonna say, very often.
How much fun was that?
So it was a lot of fun, but the main thing was just a good quality product that is clean, that has no additives, and that we're proud to showcase around the world.
How much have you learned, not just about tequila, but about yourself in that process of starting several businesses?
A lot. I've learned a lot. It's definitely not easy. It tells a lot about the team around you. You can't do everything by yourself, so the people that are around you is extremely important. You need to have people that are like-minded, that you think they're thinking like you, and they have a goal, and they're all aligned with you. Because if you find some people that are not, but you think they might have some great ideas, it just makes it tougher. So I just learned a lot that teamwork really makes the dream work. So that's kind of what we've done. I think we have a tremendous team. Has
that sort of bled into then being here at LIV and with Fireballs and having that team aspect of it?
100%. The team, also us as a team, but every single person needs a team around them. The caddy, your manager, if you have a psychologist, if you don't, or physio, everything. So I like to surround myself with people that are amazing. They truly won the best for me and for the results that we all want. And I feel like we've done a good job with that. So, all right, so I did miss the fairway barely, but like you said, they're not very big. But we're in a good spot.
Oh, this is a shot you're gonna have to practice a lot this
I
week,
know,
isn't it?
so definitely not easy controlling the ball out of the rough, but I'm gonna try to land it probably about a yard short of the green or close to the beginning of the green. It's a little bit uphill. It should be somewhat a straightforward shot, but out of the rough it never is, right?
Yeah. Oh, perfect. Oh.
Don't go in.
What a shot. Wow.
All right. It flew a little bit farther, but I'll take that.
Like what, 2 feet farther? What a shot, man.
It worked out well. It worked out well.
From where you were. All right,
now
I'll
I need a read.
For you.
I need a read from you.
Okay, I'll do Benji's job, just better.
You might.
I love Benji, man.
Benji, help me out here. What do you see?
Left to right.
Yeah.
Probably go right about, depending on your speed.
Correct.
Or rather kind of go there, if you're dialing it in, maybe.
I like that. Look, I'm gonna aim this
a little more, maybe?
Exactly where you... So I'm gonna take all the pressure off me.
Listen,
I just lined it up exactly where you said, so
if you
I'm
miss
just gonna
you
stroke
can blame me. That's all right. Everyone else does, so.
I'm just gonna stroke it right where you said.
Or you can blame it on your putting coach.
That's true. That's always a backup. Dead center.
Caddy of the year. Thank you.
Thanks,
all right, Abe.
I'll give
Thank
you a
you
hug.
so much. Thank you.
That.
That was so much fun. Thank you for hanging out, and good luck this week.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.